We're going over to X, the Everything app. We are at the 2 hour mark, and you know I don't like this stream to go on forever and ever, despite what you guys might want. Despite what it looks like, I actually do have a life outside of streaming. Okay, how do let's zoom out a little. We'll go, I don't want that shit though. We're gonna do it like this. I think that's good enough for you guys to see. So, whoa, whoa, wow, you meet everybody at CPAC. Look who I ran into. Representative Jack Kimball, a Republican, uh, I guess ran into Drewski. Is this a Photoshop or what's going on here? It has an article link. How do I copy this? Whatever, it's not that important. I don't know. Maybe somebody got tricked at CPAC. When is CPAC? Is CPAC going on right now? Oh, yeah, I guess CPAC is going on right now. Oh, I should be watching that. Oh well. Too late now. Um, I'm sure that there'll be a lot of content though for tomorrow or the next day. Although I don't really always like my weekend streams being modern political commentary. Sometimes I like to just do casual stuff on that, like educational stuff. But we'll see how I'm feeling. Let's see.
The
Mark Cuban, the one good billionaire, right, everybody? Let's see what he has to say.
biggest thing that almost really hurt me bad, um, my partner Todd Wagner came up to me and he goes, Mark, you go harder and faster in business than anybody. There's nobody that can
He's
keep
getting
up with you.
old.
You go, you email, it's crazy. We email you at 1 in the morning and we're getting an email back at 1:15 because you live it. Other people have lives.
Yeah.
You don't. You have no life. But because of that, you can be a dick. You're not as kind to people as people would like to be treated sometimes because you're going so fast. You want them to work at Mark Cuban speed. Only Mark Cuban can work at Mark Cuban speed. You need to start to be nice. Best advice I ever was
Wow.
given.
Wow.
Because
In general, he seems like a nice person, so I guess he took that advice. But this is all just like, I don't know. This is also just all business mythology building, in my opinion. Every CEO, like every rich rich person, engages in this sort of like mythology building of themselves or whatever. So I take all that shit with a grain of salt. Let's see. NYCDSA. Will you be Hasan's plus one to Sunday's rally to tax the rich with Bernie Sanders? Ooh, guys, I could be Hasan's plus one. Is this like one of those like uh dating, like you donate enough money and you get to go on a date with somebody, like that episode of Seinfeld or whatever, or Arrested Development as well. Um, guys, if they did one of those, like, can you imagine if they did like I don't know, like let's say like a Palestinian charity or something, right? Like a donate to Palestine, uh, and like if you donate the most money, then you get to go on a date with Hassan Piker. How much money do you think that they would make? Like, um, like if you donate the most, I think that's how those work. Like you bid, right? You bid on a date for that person. So how much do you think Hassan would go for? Like one date with Hassan? I bet there's some rich, horny lefties out there who would donate a lot of money for that. I bet he would get $10,000 if I had to guess. I bet some rich, horny lefty would bid $10,000 to go on a date with Hassan Piker. That's what I would guess. Well, you anyway. Sorry, this is completely. I'm off the point. I'm thinking. I'm in my own head thinking about dating Hassan right now. Will you be Hassan's plus one to Sunday's rally to tax the rich with Bernie Sanders? NYC is the front lines of the fight against oligarchy. New York 10's richest billionaires made 2 million an hour last year. That's a lot of money per hour. That's like I don't know. That's like five houses. The average price of a house is like $400,000. They're getting five houses an hour. That's too much money, dude. No one should be making that much. Tax the rich with Bernie. It's funny that they put Hassan's face on it and then they say with Bernie. Uh, I think that they know their audience. The DSA is very young coded, like Twitch. I feel like they're a little bit more Twitch coded, and probably they would see the Hassan picture as more better advertising than a picture of Bernie. Although I'm sure they would like that too. Okay. Oh, is this a 30-minute clip? Yeah, he was talking about this the other day. He said somebody needed to post a, like a compilation of all of his videos of him being anti-Zionist, but like separating that from anti-Semitism and always opposing anti-Semitism under all circumstances. Um, and so someone I guess made a 30-minute clip of it so that people could just link it. Anytime somebody claims that he's anti-Semitic, just like link it or whatever. So I guess that's what happened. But let's see. Jonathan Greenblatt, everybody's favorite z- unhinged Zionist freak who turned the ADL, who transformed the ADL into his own image, right? He transformed the ADL from a like people used to like a somewhat respectable liberal institution that that defended all minorities or whatever, and he turned it into to some extent it always was this, but turned it into the only like thing that it cares about is being pro-Israel and going after anyone with the slightest hate for Israel, and also kind of turning it into a reactionary, like Republican, fascist aligned, like MAGA aligned industry or like organization. So, Jonathan Greenblatt, fuck you and your apartheid defense league. Anyway, Hassan Piker has a long track record of commending and excusing terrorism. He routinely uses his platform to spread anti-Jewish tropes, amplify propaganda from designated terrorist groups, and promote toxic anti-Zionism. Despite a backdrop of intensifying anti-Semitism, uh, Piker does all of this not only unapologetically but proudly. Dr. Abdul, yeah, this is the Dr. Abdul Al Saeed posting that they were doing the other day. So someone linked the 30 minutes of Hassan like going against anti-Semitism. So good for them. That'll make it a lot easier. You no longer have to type out the words. You can now just copy paste a link. Okay. Mallory McMorrow on Hassan Piker, an interview with Jewish Insider. It is somebody who says extremely offensive things in order to generate clicks and views and followers, which is not entirely different from someone like Nick Fuentes. Very, very different, considering their viewpoints are literally the exact opposite. Their viewpoints could not be further from each other. Piker is a provocateur, to put it lightly, who says things that are misogynistic and anti-Semitic, and said that the United States deserved 9/11. Based. McMorrow is seeking the Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate in Michigan. You are not going to be able to win with those sorts of politics. Uh, so this Hassan says, unbelievable that the Democrats are trying to marginalize anti-genocide voices when it's a 90-10 issue, especially in Michigan. Yeah, like that's where like Dearborn and stuff is, right? A huge Muslim population where they lost last time for doing this exact same thing. I'm proud to stand with a true anti-fascist, anti-genocide voice like Abdul El Said. Man, I'm having a hard time speaking today. But yeah, go Hassan. Look at him. He's a little baby back then, man. God, he looks like a little. He's just so young.
would like to buy a burrito. And in that burrito, I would like ketchup. I would like chocolate chips. And if you have them, some grapefruit. And if you do not have,
Okay, I don't need to listen anymore, but if you know Norm Finkelstein and if you've ever heard him talk, this is a 100% accurate impersonation. And I would say it's like maybe like half an octave too high, but other than that, it is like perfect. Oh shit. I don't know if I'll be able to play that audio, but Iran's media game is one for the record books. Dude, the resistance social media shit has been like smartphones have like brought this shit to a whole other level, man. Like Hamas's like propaganda videos where they would like do like the red triangle or whatever. And then the Houthis like their when they took over that ship and they had that video which was like sick as hell. Um like and I'm assuming this one will also be incredibly sick. Like their just propaganda game is like going so hard right now. Yeah. Slow-mo. Dude, this is America coded. Like, am I wrong? Like, the like this is like America hoorah shit, but like from the Iranian perspective, right? Um, like if America was doing this shit, like it would go so hard in America too. But this is sick. This is sick. I like this shit when it's from the resistance, like from the resistance to the imperial power. I don't like it when the imperial power does it, but look at that missile, dude. He's laughing too. He's like, "Isn't this sick?" Is he skateboarding? Man, dude, this is so rad. I'm gonna give that one a like. That was a good one. Oh, Abdul El Said went on Breaking Points. It looks like he's talking about all of the manufactured controversy around him being like communicating with Hassan Piker or like getting boosted by Hassan Piker. So let's see what he has to say here.
I don't even know. And the point that you made in the first place is that we're talking about somebody whose job it is to talk to groups of people that you would think people running for public office would want to be talking to. They're the folks I want to be talking to. And a big frustration that we've often had is that too often the people who should be voting for Democrats are not showing up to elections at all. And the question is, where are we missing them? Why are we not?
Yeah, there's a million more. Well, there's probably even more than that. There are way more people who are going to like sit on the couch and not vote than there are quote unquote centrists that you can win over. Democrats, like Democratic Party, listen to me. There are so many more people that you can win from the couch by just being unapologetically like left populist than there are like center like scorned Republicans, okay? So like your best bet, your best bang for your buck is to lean into that left populism. You like I've said it before, like you guys can just lie peace and it will be a lasting peace between the Palestinian people and Israel. If she just went out and said that and just lied her fucking ass off, because obviously she wouldn't actually do that, like then she could have won. She could have defeated Trump. It's weird that like Democrats are like they're so committed to third way neoliberalism that they don't even want to lie and pretend like they're left populist just to get the votes to win. Like it's such an like abdication of their responsibilities or whatever as a political party. Now, obviously, I want them to actually believe and follow through with it, but at the very least, we wouldn't have Donald Trump if she would have just fucking lied about it.
Able to move our message. Well, I think part of it is that too many politicians don't have a message that these folks care about because they are on the wrong side of locking these same folks out. And on the other, it's that we're not actually going to the places that these folks are. I mean, we remember the whole 2024 discourse about whether or not the vice president should have gone on Rogan. So my question is, what is wrong with going and talking to a group of people who have been let down by our politics, cast aside by politicians who aren't talking to the issues that they're talking to? And I'll just say,
Also, Hasan is hugely representative of a very large swath of people. Um, and not just like radical lefties like me or whatever, but his messaging and way of framing messaging is appealing to even like progressive liberals as well. He represents such a huge portion of the Democratic base that like it is basically a death sentence to your campaign to not win over in some way, making concessions to win over him and the people that he represents. So if you want to win, you have to do that.
say this, the logic of this is kind of crazy given the fact that Hasan was invited to stream live from the DNC in 2024.
And then immediately kicked out.
And so I'm only doing what Vice President Harris did in the first place. I think the question then I would ask any of the folks who are so frustrated about this is, why wasn't there so much more outrage when she did it?
Yeah, this is a hypocrisy argument. I think it's not my favorite type of argument. I don't People don't give a shit about hypocrisy. Hypocrisy generally is just relegated to the realm of debate lord bullshit at this point. Just say that, like what I said, that he represents a huge swath of the Democratic base, and it would be an abdication of my responsibility as a representative to not go and talk to him. Like that's the correct answer. That's how he should frame it. He might say more about it later on, but I don't know. I want to kind of move on at this point. And we're getting close to 2:30. Or sorry, when I say the 2:30, I mean like 2 hours and 30 minutes. I guess we're also kind of getting close to 2:30 p.m. But let's see. So I think I kind of okay. I think I just want to find a fun one now and call it. Okay, peeps. So the next fun one that we find, the next fun or funny one that we find, that's going to be the last one. So, prepare your butts. Okay, let's see. This is streamer Clavicular mag dumped an alligator live on stream and is now in trouble. Kick Kick banned him. He was arrested. He now faces felony charges with a possible 5-year state prison sentence. Um, are you not allowed to just shoot alligators in Florida? I assume that he has to be in Florida, right? Like this boat, like everything. Um, Maybe there's a season or you need a permit or something. But I thought that you could kill alligator, like both for game, like for sport and for like hunting or like eating or whatever, um, in Florida. But uh, I don't really see why this is why he should go to jail, to be honest. Like, assuming that it is like the right season and he has the proper permits or whatever, maybe that's the primary reason. But even so, like hunting without a permit, I don't think should be a 5-year state prison sentence. Uh, and also, Clavicular is such good content, my people. I need I need the content. Let's see. Let's watch this real quick. Oh, actually, YouTube has a thing about firearms. I don't know if. Oh, okay. I'm gonna keep the firearm strategically off screen. Just sorry, people. Um, I'll let you know if I think it's okay though.
Yo, yo.
Okay. Well, maybe that was not strategically off screen, dude. We'll see if YouTube has fun with that. The he is so queer coded. I swear to God, I don't understand. Like, am I wrong? Like, if I saw this person, I would just think he's like I would just think he's kind of like a little Twinkie guy, you know? Like I would think that he is gay if I just saw him and I didn't hear him talk or whatever. Um, he is very, very queer coded. I would not be surprised if like he eventually like rejects this like persona that he put on or something and maybe embraces his true self or something in the future. I mean sorry gay people if that's offensive to you. I don't want to just thrust him upon you. This isn't because I just want to get him out of the realm of the straits where I live or whatever, uh but he really gives me like gay vibes sometimes. Okay. Sorry, that wasn't necessarily funny, although I think I did make it kind of funny with my impeccable sense of humor. That's too long. Um, what is this? Okay, almost none of these. Who are you? Aaron Rupar. Choose your fighter? Okay. Kamala, not a fighter. Gavin Newsom, not a fighter. Let's pull this. Let's get this bigger. Okay. Kamala, not a fighter. Gavin Newsom, not a fighter. Governor Josh Shapiro, a fighter for Israel. Governor Wes Moore, I don't really know anything about him. Andy Bashir, I think he's okay from what I've heard, but I don't know that much about him. Um, Gretchen Whitmer, not a fighter. JB Pritzker, I've also heard okay things about here. Governor Tim Walz really fucked himself over by capitulating on the uh, the quote unquote fraud or whatever. Um, I would say not a fighter at this point. He used to be a potential rising star back whenever he was gonna be when he first started as Kamala Harris's VP nominee, but he really got the stench of loser on him as soon as Kamala lost, and also he proved himself to not be a fighter when he started capitulating to all the right wing framing of a bunch of the shit happening in his state. But Abigail Spanberger, the definition of centrist, not a fighter. Senator Cory Booker, the most non-fighter person that has ever existed. He fights with words only, but he never fights with action. Senator Mark Kelly, I forget about what he's all about. Um, Ruben Gallego, I can't remember much about him. John Ossoff, I've heard okay things about. Alyssa Slotkin, ugh, like right, I think she sucks. I can't remember for sure. Amy Klobuchar sucks. Uh, AOC, the closest thing to a fighter that we have on this entire fucking sheet of way too many people's names. Seth Moulton, don't know anything. Pete Buttigieg, gay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, he is not a fighter. He is the epitome of an establishment Democrat. Um, he's one of those little freaks who wanted to be wanted to be like president since he was 5 year olds. Like we those people suck. Um, Gina Raimondo, I don't know anything about him. Ram Emanuel, I know the name, but I forget stuff about him. So there you go. That's my analysis of whoever this put in as the choose your fighter thing. If I had to pick one, it would be AOC, but she honestly could also uh, be doing a lot better in terms of her messaging. Kwame, yeah, this was cool. Well, we saw a screenshot from this yesterday, but apparently the WNBA union got a good like profit sharing agreement or something like 20% or something, which is like super cool. So we can watch this real quick.
Welcome to the Mayor's Municipal Madness, a first ever competition of city fixes. City government fixes thousands of tiny little problems every year, like a broken basketball rim or a bump on a bike path. Small frustrations like these are
He's going hard on all of the potholes, by the way. Those potholes, like, they're gonna have to like start like a resistance organization, like go into attritional warfare or something, if they want to have any chance of surviving the imperial assault that Mamdani is putting out there on those potholes. They got nowhere to hide, man. He's going full America on their ass.
to worry about. So you can focus on the big things,
Dunk.
like shooting your shot. Normally, our incredible city workers handle the fixes that keep our city running. But over the next 2 weeks, I'm asking you
I thought she was gonna dunk, by the way. That wasn't supposed to be some sort of joke.
to vote for the one repair you want to see me fix.
These repairs include fixing tennis courts on Staten Island
Broken benches in South Brooklyn.
or missing trail markers in Queens.
And here's the best part. We'll be fixing everything on the bracket, regardless of which one gets the most votes. It's a game where everybody wins. I'll complete the winning
Wow.
fix on day 100 of our new administration.
Wow, he's so good at like gamifying this stuff and getting people more involved. That's another important thing that I think he does that a lot of government officials don't, is trying to get people more actively involved with their government process and stuff, which I think is very important for people having a feeling of like civic duty to their country and just a general like feeling of patriotism, or even like local patriotism to their county or whatever. I think that's really important for society as a whole, to not like collapse in on itself like a dying star. So like I really like that sort of stuff. I'm gonna move on though. Like I said, I'm trying to find a funny one. Oh, this looks funny. Okay. This is apparently, let's see. Let me pause it. Okay. This is Anonymous, everybody's favorite hacktivist organization. Which I keep saying, Anonymous, go get the pictures, the Epstein pictures. Go get them. You need to. Someone has to go get them and release them. You can redact all of the inappropriate stuff like that nobody should see, but we need to see the pictures of all of these goons like fucking children. So let's go see what Anonymous has to say. Or this video, I guess Iranian state media has released an AI-generated troll clip of Trump being captured and interrogated by an IRGC spokesperson over truth and lies questions. Okay, let's see if this AI video can make me laugh.
Say I'm not a pedophile.
I'm not a pedophile. Liar!
Say I wasn't on Epstein's island.
I wasn't on Epstein's island. Liar!
Uh-oh.
Say I don't worship Baal.
I don't worship Baal.
Foul.
Liar!
Say I'm a son of a bitch. Say it!
I'm son of a bitch.
Say I'm
Okay, that's a pretty good one to end on. I don't necessarily believe that Iranian state media released this. It could just be some troll who's claiming to be Iranian state media or whatever. But it is a funny little AI video. And if you're gonna use AI for anything, using it to troll the American imperial machine, and our general, the general people in power and all of our pedobillion overlords, that's as good enough as reason as you're gonna get. So I'm all for it. It was funny.